Yo guys, what is up? It's Teacher coming at you again with another mod review to show you something that you need to use. Now this is one of the best spyglasses, if you want to call it that, in the game. This is BITOU2K'S or BITOU2K'S. I don't know how to properly pronounce the name, so I'm not going to say it. Binoculars. Now, very easy to make. I'll go ahead and show you binoculars. It's something crazy. BITOU2K, BITOU2K'S, BITOU2K'S, binoculars. Now, you can see there are some very awesome things on it. Now, N will give you dino points, which tells you amazing things for taming and breeding. G will tell you their preferred foods. R, there's basically a bunch of really cool things that just make them amazing. But the reason that they're amazing has nothing to do with the fact that it's a mod. It's more of the fact that it is very balanced for PvP and PvE because there's nothing super overpowered about them. So if you hit right click, you can zoom in and out, which is an absolutely awesome feature. So like, let's say you're, going normal distance, you can just zoom into a specific thing and it saves you a lot of time. It'll tell you how far away something is, which is pretty nice. You can see that right there, there's the dragon. I'm looking at it specifically. Now, if I tap N, it'll read me out the specific points like you see right there of each individual stat, including any points on the right-hand side that are put into taming it. So, if you look on the left-hand side, you can see that's the wild level. So whenever it was born, that's the stats that it had. If it is tamed and you place points into it, the things on the right will tell you what specific points are going into that. This is great for breeding and mutations because it will specifically allow you to see what dinos have changed, which is absolutely awesome. It's a huge, huge, huge game changer. You can see that by tapping G, it'll tell you specifically what you need to tame that dinosaur. It'll tell you the exact amount. So just by tapping G, you can say, okay, I need 40 kibble, 133 prime meat. If you really wanted to be a baller, cooked prime fish meat, that would be fun. Or just, regular raw fish meat. That would be an interesting thing. So now you can go around the entire map, and this is a very useful mod for this reason. Just finding things and be like, okay, what level is it? Sweet. It is a level 3 with 1 point in health and 1 point in weight. And I can tame it with just one regular kibble. Now, what people do with this is they'll look at the individual wild tames. They'll be like, okay, they're going to look for specific. Ooh, I didn't know you could tame these things with veggie cakes. That's interesting. But you can look for specific actual points on them. So let's say you're looking for one that has high weight. You're like, ooh, this one has 1 point in weight. That's big time. I really want that. So you can go look for that because you have a higher chance of getting a better weight stat if it's higher in the wild. So that's going to save you a ton of time. Now, you can also do some things like go into night vision mode, which is pretty crazy. So if you're on a server where there's less gamma, like I have, you can literally go into night vision mode and go ahead and see your way around, which is really unique. I love that mode because I like playing on my servers without gamma. Because what's the fun of the game unless you can have a little bit of challenge? So I play without gamma for that reason. But nighttime, it's very fun to be able to use that mode, and it is quite helpful. I'll go ahead and show you set time of, oh man, I misspelled that. Set time of day. Let's go to 2300. 2300. There you go. All right, so you can see it's dark. I'm not going to change my gamma. I can look in here, and then I'll activate that night vision, and you'll see there's a big difference in my ability to see things. So I can't see a darn thing down there. But as soon as you turn that night vision on, it makes your life a lot easier to be able to see pretty much anything you can't. So I can look down in there and be like, okay, I got nothing. I see some tames, and it'll still read you everything that you need, which is quite nice. Now, just to go back to it to show you what it costs, it's really affordable. Paste, crystal, ingot, poly, and then you can also hit the R key. And I'll go ahead and show you that real quick. And just there you go. So you can radar, which is really nice. But that's up to you if you want to accomplish such a feat. I think it's a really cool feature. And that's something that you'll have to decide. But you do have to have it out, which is kind of interesting. But that radar does give away quite a few creatures, which is really sweet. It's another one of those features that you can take away in-game, but it can be quite helpful. So if you're just walking around like I am right now, I usually have this, like let's say you're going through the woods and you can't see a darn thing, do this, and then you can turn on your radar if you really want to. But pretty easy to determine what's around too, which is nice. Just great overall mod. Nothing overpowering, as you can see, but it is really, really useful for many, many reasons. Obviously for that breeding purpose, or let's say that I'm looking at this iguanodon, I'm like, yo, I need to figure this out, and I can watch its health, I can look at all its stats, I can look at the raptor stats. Pretty awesome stuff. So anyways, hopefully this helps you out. You should try out these binoculars. They are probably the best Spyglass mod that exists, in my opinion. And it's pretty cool. All right, teach. Out.